Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween Podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and today is September 25th, 2024. You're listening to episode 14 of our Haunted America series. Today, we're diving into the heart of the Midwest, Indiana, also known as the Crossroads of America. Indiana is a state rich in history, from its Native American heritage to its role in the Civil War and the rise of industrial America. It's a place where small towns hold stories of the past and urban legends run deep. But beneath the friendly faces and rolling farmlands lies a dark side, filled with ghostly tales that have been passed down through generations. From haunted inns to eerie cemeteries, Indiana is home to some of the most chilling paranormal encounters you'll ever hear about. So grab your flashlights and let's explore 10 of the most haunted locations in Indiana. Our first stop is the Story Inn in Nashville, a small village tucked away in Brown County. Founded in 1851, the town of Story was once a thriving logging community, but it became a ghost town after the Great Depression. The Story Inn, originally a general store and post office, is one of the few buildings still standing and is now a bed and breakfast. But it's not just guests who stay there. The most famous spirit at the Story Inn is the Blue Lady. She's believed to be the wife of one of the original owners. Guests often find their rooms filled with the strong scent of cherry tobacco or perfume whenever she's near. They've seen her figure dressed in a long blue gown, standing by their beds and wandering the hallways. She's been known to leave blue items behind, like ribbons or flowers that vanish as mysteriously as they appeared. Some have seen her looking out the window in the old dining room, or sitting by the fireplace in the tavern area. The Blue Lady is known to be harmless but mischievous. She sometimes plays with the lights, flickering them on and off, and have even moved objects around. The Story Inn remains open, welcoming guests who come for both its charm and a chance to meet its most famous residents. Next, we visit the Culbertson Mansion in New Albany, a stunning example of Second Empire architecture built in 1867 by William Culbertson, one of Indiana's wealthiest men. This grand home was a showpiece of wealth and luxury, but it's also said to be haunted by the spirits of those who once lived there. One of the most commonly seen ghosts is that of a little girl, believed to be the Culbertson's daughter Blanche, who died of a sudden illness. People have reported hearing her laughter echoing through the halls or the sound of her running footsteps on the staircase. Some have even seen her peering out from the second-floor window, waving at people passing by, her face pale and sad. There are also reports of a woman in a long black dress, believed to be a former servant who died under mysterious circumstances. She's often seen cleaning the halls or moving through the grand rooms, always with a sorrowful expression. Those who encountered her feel an intense cold and an overwhelming sense of dread. The Culbertson mansion is open for tours, and many visitors leave with stories of strange encounters and the feeling they've been watched by unseen eyes. Our next location takes us to the Central State Hospital in Indianapolis. Opened in 1848, this sprawling psychiatric hospital was once home to thousands of patients, many of whom suffered from severe mental illness. The hospital was notorious for its controversial treatments, including electroshock therapy and lobotomies. It closed in 1994, but some believe the spirits of the former patients are still there. The most commonly reported spirit is that of a woman named Jane, a patient who is said to have died under mysterious circumstances. She's often seen in the old women's ward, wandering the halls in a hospital gown, her face black and expressionless. Witnesses have reported hearing her humming nursery rhymes or muttering incoherently to herself. Others have seen her staring out of the window, her gaze empty and distant. There are also reports of a male figure in a doctor's coat, believed to be a former physician who oversaw some of the more controversial treatments. He's often seen pacing the corridors, and some have felt a sudden chill or heard the sound of keys jiggling, as if he's still making his rounds. The Central State Hospital grounds are now partially open to the public, but the abandoned buildings are known for their eerie atmosphere and unsettling energy. We stay in Indianapolis for our next stop, the Hanna House. Built in 1858 by Alexander Hanna, a wealthy farmer and businessman. The house is beautiful, but it has a dark past. It served as a stop on the Underground Railroad, and one night, a tragic fire broke out in the basement, killing several escaped slaves hidden there. People believe the spirits of those who died in that fire still haunt the house. Visitors have reported hearing the sounds of footsteps in the basement where the fire occurred. Some have heard muffled cries and the faint sound of people whispering as if they're hiding. Shadows move across the walls, and cold spots are felt throughout the entire house. There's also the ghost of Alexander Hanna himself, often seen in the upstairs bedrooms. He's usually described as wearing a black suit and standing by the window, looking out as if he's waiting for someone. One guest claimed to see him sitting in a chair by the fireplace, only to vanish when approached. The Hanna House is open for tours, and it's a must-visit for those who want to experience its haunted history firsthand. Next, we head to the French Lick Springs Hotel, a luxurious resort built in 1845. Known for its natural mineral springs and elegant atmosphere, the hotel has attracted many guests over the years, but some never left. One of the most famous ghosts here is that of Thomas Taggart, a former owner and politician. He's often seen riding in the old service elevator, dressed in a dark suit and a bowler hat. Guests have reported hearing the sound of horses' hooves and a carriage, believed to be Taggart's spirit continuing his rounds. Some have smelled the scent of cigar smoke, even though smoking isn't allowed. Another spirit is known as the Lady in Red, believed to be a former guest who died tragically in the hotel. She's often seen dancing in the ballroom, wearing a long red dress. Guests have reported hearing soft music and seeing her twirl across the floor, only to disappear when approached. The French Lick Spring Hotel remains open, offering a blend of luxury and ghostly encounters for those who seek it. Our next haunted location is Whispers Estate in Mitchell. Built in the late 1800s, this Victorian home has a long history of tragedy and death. It's been the site of many mysterious occurrences, earning its name from the whispers heard throughout the house. The most active spirit is believed to be Rachel, a young girl who died of severe burns in an accident on the property. Visitors have reported hearing her laughter and footsteps running through the halls. Some have seen her shadowy figure playing on the staircase or felt her presence in the nursery, where toys move on their own. There's also the ghost of Dr. John, a former owner who practiced medicine in the home. He's often seen in the front parlor, where he conducted his examinations. Guests have felt cold spots and heard a deep man's voice whispering their names. The house is known for its intense paranormal activity, and visitors are often advised to be cautious. Whispers Estate is open for ghost tours, and it's a favorite spot for paranormal investigators.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Good taste is easy to spot, but hard to pin down. You know it when you see it. And in today's culture, there's no greater signifier of taste than the car you drive. You want something sophisticated, but not stodgy. Daring, yet classic. Approachable, but with an air of opulence. It may sound like a rare find, because it is. And it perfectly describes the Range Rover Evoque. Drive a statement piece with pure presence. The Evoque is charisma in motion. This luxury SUV is artfully crafted and designed to stand out, and the reductive exterior is an elegant expression of Range Rover DNA. With clean lines, the minimalist design speaks for itself. The chiseled taillights give it a sense of motion. Even at standstill, you'll find quality materials and solid craftsmanship at every turn. And you can curate your interior with a variety of distinct themes and trim finishes. It's an elevated drive for elevated lives. Explore the Range Rover Evoque at LandRoverUSA.com.
Hey parents, Greenlight is here to take one big thing off your to-do list, teaching your kids about money. With a Greenlight debit card and money app of their own, kids and teens learn to earn, save, and invest. You can send money instantly, set flexible controls, and get real-time notifications of your kids' money activity. Set up chores and put allowance on autopilot to reward them for their hard work. Then learn about the world of money together. Get 1 month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/podcast.
Our next stop takes us to Riverside Cemetery in Attica, Indiana. This quaint, unassuming cemetery is the final resting place for many local residents. But some say not all who are buried here rest in peace. Riverside Cemetery, which dates back to the 1800s, is known for its serene landscape, but it's also known for ghostly encounters that have left visitors with more questions than answers. One of the most well-known spirits said to haunt Riverside Cemetery is a woman dressed in white, often seen wandering between the headstones after dark. Those who have encountered her describe her as a figure of sorrow, often seen weeping near the graves. Her connection to the cemetery remains a mystery, but locals believe she may have lost someone dear to her in life and now seeks their spirit in the afterlife. In addition to the lady in white, visitors have often reported strange sounds echoing across the cemetery, from phantom footsteps to the sound of children's laughter, despite no children being present. Cold spots suddenly appear, especially near older graves, and some people have even seen gravestones shake or move slightly, as if stirred by unseen forces. The cemetery remains open to the public, and while most visitors come to pay respects or take in the quiet beauty of the grounds, a few leave with unsettling stories of encounters with spirits who seem unwilling to leave. Now we're heading to Step Cemetery in Martinsville, a small and secluded graveyard known for its ghostly sightings. The cemetery dates back to the early 19th century and has been the subject of many local legends and stories. The most famous ghost here is the Woman in Black, believed to be the spirit of a grieving widow who lost her child and husband. She's often seen sitting on a tree stump near a specific grave, weeping softly. Those who try to approach her have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and a sudden drop in temperature. Some have seen strange lights floating above the graves, or heard the sound of children laughing and playing. There are also reports of shadowy figures that move quickly through the trees, vanishing into the darkness. Step Cemetery is open to visitors, but it's not a place for the faint at heart. Next, we stop at the Red Brick Tavern in Lafayette. This historic building dates back to the early 1800s and was a popular stop for travelers and locals alike. It's also known for its resident ghosts. One of the most frequently seen spirits is that of a young woman who died tragically in one of the upstairs rooms. She's often seen at the top of the stairs, her figure faint and transparent. Some have heard her calling out for help and felt a cold breeze as she passes by. There's also the ghost of a former owner who's been seen in the bar area, still watching over his establishment. People have heard the sound of footsteps on the old wooden floors and glasses clinking, as if a ghostly party is still happening. The Red Brick Tavern is still open, serving guests who come for both its history and its hauntings. Our final stop is the Willard Library in Evansville, the oldest public library in Indiana. Built in 1885, it's known for its impressive collection of books and its resident ghost, the Gray Lady. The Gray Lady is often seen wandering the library's halls, dressed in a long, flowing gray dress. She's been spotted near the bookshelves, in the basement, and on the stairs. People have reported feeling a cold breeze or seeing books fall from the shelves with no explanation. Some have smelled the scent of old-fashioned perfume just before she appears. There are also reports of lights flickering and computers turning on and off by themselves. The Gray Lady is thought to be a friendly spirit, but her presence has startled many who work late into the night. The Willard Library remains open, welcoming both book lovers and those looking for a ghostly encounter. And there you have it, guys. That is our look at the state of Indiana. We did some ghostly inns, some eerie bridges, which I know I've talked about before in other episodes, but I kind of wanted to throw them back in because I like those stories. But yeah, the Crossroads State is filled with spirits waiting to be discovered, guys. Thank you guys so much for continuing to tune in to Haunted America. I know it might get a little repetitive, which, trust me, this is episode 14. I know a lot of these stories can get very repetitive, but it's the different locations, it's the different stops that are really making this Haunted America series so special. I'm trying really hard to keep all of the information to kind of like a bare minimum, because I might want to do longer episodes of a lot of these places, and then things will really get repetitive as I do those episodes. And I know these episodes are probably shorter than what people are wanting, but honestly, 50 episodes, 50 days, 15 to 20-ish minutes each one, that's a lot of content, guys, a lot. But if you're enjoying this, I would really appreciate it if you take a moment right now and go to wherever you're listening to this podcast at, be it Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. Put down a little message there as well if you can. Let me know that you're really enjoying the Haunted America series, or that you're enjoying the Halloween podcast in general. And also hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, or even if you have a story you want to share with me, a ghostly story, I'd love to hear it. Send me an email to halloweenpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, because I've been posting some really cool specific stuff for some of the haunted locations in the episodes of the day. So if there's something of note, you can go to our Facebook page and see what I've posted, maybe some of the ghostly images that I've talked about on the episode. And don't forget to go to our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com. Go to our merch store, check out all of the cool things I have in there, order some postcards to send to your friends, order some stickers and stick them around the town, get a shirt, wear it with pride. So go on there and support the show. Make sure you come back tomorrow as we continue Haunted America in Iowa. We'll uncover haunted theaters, spooky schools, so much more, guys. Until tomorrow, have a good night.
Good taste is easy to spot, but hard to pin down. You know it when you see it. And in today's culture, there's no greater signifier of taste than the car you drive. You want something sophisticated, but not stodgy. Daring, yet classic. Approachable, but with an air of opulence. It may sound like a rare find, because it is. And it perfectly describes the Range Rover Evoque. Drive a statement piece with pure presence. The Evoque is charisma in motion. This luxury SUV is artfully crafted and designed to stand out, and the reductive exterior is an elegant expression of Range Rover DNA. With clean lines, the minimalist design speaks for itself. The chiseled taillights give it a sense of motion. Even at standstill, you'll find quality materials and solid craftsmanship at every turn. And you can curate your interior with a variety of distinct themes and trim finishes. It's an elevated drive for elevated lives. Explore the Range Rover Evoque at LandRoverUSA.com.
Hey parents, Greenlight is here to take one big thing off your to-do list, teaching your kids about money. With a Greenlight debit card and money app of their own, kids and teens learn to earn, save, and invest. You can send money instantly, set flexible controls, and get real-time notifications of your kids' money activity. Set up chores and put allowance on autopilot to reward them for their hard work. Then, learn about the world of money together. Get 1 month free when you sign up at greenlight.com/podcast.